What up, Coop Group? Welcome back to Alliance War Season 23, War Number 9, where GT40 went up against Tiffilys Lover. Now, I believe I've never ever beaten Tiffilys Lover in an Alliance War, because when I was in AGT Graphite, we never won against Tiffilys Lover, so it's kind of time for revenge. I really want to win. So this is a very interesting war. They placed the defensive tactic of protect. Not stubborn, but protect. And I was told to bring in Ghost. Now, protect basically gives the opponent a protection buff whenever you do a certain percentage, like 300% of their attack. And this protection buff of theirs will limit your attack to them based on how many protections they have up. Now, I'm going to be on path 3, which it sees empty. I was going to be on path 4, but there was a void, and I didn't bring in Hood. I'm supposed to take that Thanos right there on Mixmaster with Quake. Most of my fights can be Quake, and I have one fight with Ghost. Because Ghost is not very good for Protect unless they have a really large health pool. So I'll be taking that Wasp, and I'll be in path 2 right after that. And they're very simple Quake fights. As long as I don't get hit, my plan is to use no items this war and just destroy with Quake. And I'm scheduled for the Hazard Shift mini-boss with Ghost against MoleMan, which is a very simple Ghost fight, as long as you can just play it normal and bait out his specials. Now, with Protect, you can turn off the protection buffs by doing intercepts, and phase intercepts count. So Ghost is kind of good, but kind of bad. You just can't really throw that many specials because it will limit their protections and limit your damage. Now, there is an APOC Ghost, and that'd be fun. An APOC boss that'd be fun to do with Ghost. I've seen a video of someone doing with Ghost, but I feel like maybe next time there's an APOC boss, I'll take it. Maybe. Anyways, I'm boosting up for path 3, putting on my lesser XP boost, ready to go. And don't have the energy to keep going. Darn, guess I'm not going to be doing that one. Anyways, I came in a few hours later, and I kept tagging them in my alliance, saying, hey, let me know when that Thanos is open. Let me know when someone has energy to push me to Wasp. Let me know. And then someone takes it. I'm like, really? Didn't we promise that whenever I'm assigned to fight and I say I want it, that you'll let me take it? Now, my buddy Danny took it. He did amazing with that fight. Just did it with Quake, just like I was going to do, and just soloed it easily. But I just don't like when fights are promised and I don't take it. But anyways, because of that, I ended up saying I don't want this Wasp because I was going to boost up for both fights together. And then I decided that since someone else in my alliance wasn't as comfortable taking this Wasp with their Quake, I'm like, all right, I'll take it. No worries. So I'm coming in with my Quake here, and I get hit right at the beginning of this fight. You'll see. And I'm like, dude, this is not a perfect fight. You'll see right there I get hit. I'm like, are you kidding me? Really? Just like that, I get a hit. Now I gotta play perfect. I'm playing perfect evade deck style. There is a moment against a sentinel, which I'm going to be fighting a double evade style, you'll see. But the moment I'm just doing evade decks, it's Alliance War, and I'm already down to 72%. So I'm trying my best not to die. And every aftershock cycle is doing about 10-15% damage. Now, this node doesn't have anything that's too hard for Quake, as long as you just don't give the opponent a bar of power. Because of those buffs that are stacking up, if the opponent gets a bar of power, as many of those buffs are on the opponent, turns into a shock. So if Wasp gets a bar of power here, then basically it's going to give me at the moment 3 shocks, which will probably do a bunch of damage. But I knew that this heavy would probably kill her, and it did. So Wasp is dead. That ring 3 Wasp down like nothing. Now I'm being pushed to path 2. I have my buddy move for me. He gave me an energy so I can do the next few fights on my own. At this moment, my hand is already hurting because playing Quake for 3 minutes in a row just hurts my hands, man. Like, maybe I pushed down too hard or something. Let me know what you guys do to make it hurt less. But this is strike counter, combat power rate, and power drain. And, like, there's no issues here because I can have no power at all and still solo this fight. Now, it's a rank 2 Mr. Sinister Awakened. So he has about 160k health, which isn't that big of a deal. So I'm holding my heavy. I'm going to see how much damage this first aftershock cycle does. With about 14 aftershocks on, it does about 11%. So I'm like, all right, well, I might have to pause this fight at some point to rest my hand. I have 5 minutes to get this fight down, which is no issues at all. I have no problem with this fight. I fought against Mr. Sinister with Quake numerous times, and I am pretty good at Quake and Ghost. Yes, it's surprising that I'm not just only good at Ghost. I am actually good at other players too. But I put on a 20% boost for these fights, not 30%, because I figured when I take that MoleMan in a half hour or 20 minutes, whenever it is, I didn't want to boost up too much to activate Protect on every hit with Ghost. But as you see, I'm pausing here with Quake. I'm resting my hand, so I'm pushing down too hard because I don't want to miss an evade at all. So yeah, you'll see I do that one more time in this fight because my hand is hurting, and doing 3 to 4 fights in a row with Quake is just insane. I don't know how people do just only Quake fights, and that's it. Maybe they just don't push down as hard, maybe they use different fingers than me, but I use both my thumbs and it just hurts. I believe soon I'm going to be dropping another one and pausing it one more time. And I'm like, alright, last time to rest my hand in this fight. We've taken no damage at all. We've had a perfect fight. Let's keep it that way. So I've dropped both heavies, whatever. I get a power suppression. Not a big deal. I don't need power at all in this fight. And it should be about 2 to 3 more cycles left. And then this fight should be over. I do a perfect fight. Now, I'm just kind of mad because that Wasp got a hit on me. And I wish that Wasp didn't, because I'd still be at 100% and I'd be looking perfect. But I got one more aftershock cycle to go here. And I know that we'll do it perfectly. My hand's hurting. I'm like, crap, come. Please don't miss an evade. Please don't miss an evade. And he's down. Simple fight, just like that. Let's move on to the third fight. I really am trying to get more and more fights per Alliance War. Now, last Alliance War, I got 8 fights, and it was great. This one, I was just scheduled for like 4 fights, maybe 3 fights. And then they gave me 2 more. I was supposed to have another 3 more. But as an Alliance team member, I'm going to make sure I work together with the Alliance in the group to make sure that we can do it as a team. But this node is the node where you get bar power. When you get a bar power, you get a power sing debuff. But with Quake, you don't ever get bars of power. You shouldn't if you're playing Quake correctly. Now, there is a time when this colossus gets a bar of power. And you need to know that when Colossus's ability accuracy is reduced, he gets extra power. So as you see, when he has concussions on him and I drop a heavy on him, he gets extra power. So he will be pushed to a special 2 at one point. You will see. I'm going to have to bait it out. But I'm still not going to take any block hits. Not going to take any hits at all. That's my goal here. I do drop a heavy here. He got a bunch of power, about half a bar of power there. I was going to pause the timer. I don't know why I didn't pause it, just to rest my hand again. I'm hoping for the next cycle right here to drop it in a second. I think I drop one. No, I don't drop it here. All right, well, the next aftershock cycle, I believe I drop a heavy. Just to pause it. Drop a heavy. He's far away from me. And he's at 55%. I'm still at 73 from that one terrible hit I got earlier. Luckily, I didn't get comboed to oblivion. But hand is rested. Let's go right back into this fight. Do the same heavy deck style. I have been practicing my heavy only style, but I can only get 2 heavies in a row at the moment. And then I dex the rest of them. So you'll see in the next fight, the Sentinel fight, I do it once. Now, he got a bar of power there. I'm like, all right. So I run in here and hit him a bit, but he has some concussion up. So he gets extra power. Throw a special 2 right away, which is helpful. Very helpful. And I just start my heavying cycle once more time. I know that I got about 1 to 2 more aftershock cycles left, and this fight would be over just like that. I know it's going to be a very simple rest of the fight. I'm still at 73%. And he's at 18, falling down slowly. I think I drop a heavy right here. He's at 2%. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. Hold heavy. You'll be fine. Throw a special once. I have one. Throw it right there. He's over. Bye-bye. See ya, Colossus. Thank you for playing. On to the next fight. This is a Sentinel on Buffet. Now, anytime that I activate a I activate a buff on myself, he can turn off the buff and regenerate 15% of his health. 15%. So you gotta be very careful when fighting against Sentinel here. It's a rank 2, not rank 3, but just a rank 2. It's on Buffet. I am taking it just linked from path 3, but the armor buff does nothing with Quake, because first of all, Sentinel doesn't really get armor buffs. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to activate my dexterity, because he's going to cancel out my first dexterity, as you'll see. But after he cancels out the first dexterity, he cancels that one out. I'm trying to activate one more during the Buffet cycle. Doesn't happen. So if you activate your buff during the Buffet cycle, so when his timer is going, like right here, you get to keep your dexterity buff. So anytime in the future that I dexed, anytime at all that I dexterity, it doesn't count towards Buffet. As long as I don't lose that dexterity buff that is on me at this moment, I'll be fine. Now, there was a moment where I do a heavy. I'm not sure where that was. I think I did it already. I think maybe right here I do heavy. No, that was heavy dex. But there was a moment that maybe already happened. I did try it once and it worked. I don't want to test it out fully yet in Alliance War, but I know that I can do it. And I'm like, all right, my hand's hurting right now. I cannot drop a dexterity buff. I cannot drop it. Cannot drop a heavy or else dexterity buff goes away. He said activate buffet, 15%, and this fight would be longer. Don't want that to happen. Just toughen this out. 17% more. Let's go. Full fight left to go. Let's go. Hold heavy. Let's go. We got this. But one more aftershock cycle left to go. I know I got this. Got to hold this. He's at like 2%, 5%. Can't drop my heavy. I was going to, but if I drop it, he gets buffet. Still, I'm at 74% now, so I gained 1% health over the last 3 fights. Let's go. Drop the heavy. He's done. Just like that. Now, my Quake fights went almost perfect. Just that one hit from the Wasp. But besides that, they went perfect. Now, I'm waiting for the timer so that I can be pushed to my MoleMan fight. I was going to take that Nova fight, but someone else took it, which is okay because he did amazing at Quake in that fight. Now we're on Hazard Shift, Stun Immune Nova. Stun Immune MoleMan. And I have the same boost still on, but my health boost fell off, so I put on a lesser health boost because I have some just available. I was going to put on an XP boost, but it's not needed. Now, I've seen someone else do this fight. They recorded it in another battle group with Ghost, and they had suicides, and they threw special 2s. I'm like, all right, well, I know it's better to not throw specials at all. Maybe throw a special 3 when protection is not up. But if I throw a special 2, it can activate 3 protection buffs on the opponent. And I know for MoleMan, you never want to hit into his block, ever. And this is probably the longest fight with the most amount of hits I've ever had in Alliance War with Ghost. I go up to like 80 hits. I've never done that many hits with Ghost before in Alliance War. Never. Now, if this wasn't Protect, this would be the easiest fight ever. Easiest ever. But I'm going to special 3. I'm going to use it when I'm in trouble or when I'm, like, when his Protect debuffs are off. As you see, I've activated Protect. I'm evading his special 1 perfectly. I think there's one time when I take a blocked hit, but it's fine. Now, because it has a shift, I do get some debuffs on me sometimes, but I convert them to Furies almost right away after. And my goal here is to lose, like, no health in this fight. And also to make sure that he doesn't get too many Protect debuffs on him, maybe 1 or 2 at a time, but I can easily turn those off by intercepting, Fate Intercept. There's one blocked hit I took. No big deal at all. And I'm just going to bait special 1s of him because, I mean, it does push me back a bit, but they're very easy to evade. Very easy at dexterity. And yeah, I think I do turn off some protects, but I end up turning it back on again because of how much damage I do from Hazard Shift. I have a special 3 ready, and I'm going to throw it. So my goal is to throw it when he has no Protect debuffs on him at the moment. So, like, right here would be good to throw a special 3. I think I do, like, a hit here just to make sure I don't, like, turn on his Protect. Then I throw my special 3 here with, like, 2 Furies on. I notice that he doesn't get a Protect from the special 3. So I figured next time I do this fight and Protect, I'm just not going to throw any special 3, not special 1s or 2s at all, because he gets no Protect there at all. Obviously, it doesn't do that many damage, but still, it does a good amount. But yeah, very simple fight. I'm at 75 hits. I'm playing this fight almost perfectly, but being at 75 hits, I'm like, dude, this is the most amount of hits I've ever done in an Alliance War fight with Ghost, ever. I had to stay concentrated. This is the longest fight I've ever had with Ghost in an Alliance War also. I've already done 2 minutes. Usually my fights are like a minute and a half, maybe at most, maybe less than a minute sometimes. But I throw a special 2 because I figured it's going to finish him off, and it does. I'm at 96%. After this fight, I realized how easy that fight was, and I probably could have taken the Epoch boss, Linked. Probably could have. Not without Hazard Shift, but with Hazard Shift up. Probably could have done it, but we ended up taking it with the magic, and they destroyed that fight. And I woke up and ended up winning this war, which is really cool because we were 1 man down again, and we had to win by 2 or more deaths or else we wouldn't win. As you see, the big victory right there, and we're at 1 death total this whole season, 53 hits. We're a little bit behind the other seasons because I haven't been given as many fights, and fights have been stolen, but my alliance has done very well. We only lost 2 wars against ASR and Agent Graphite, but Agent Graphite was a kind of a difficult war. We were down 2 people. But yeah, very proud of our alliance, and hoping that we only have 3 wars left, War 10, 11, and 12, and we're going to try our best to finish top 3, because we have to fight off either against Kenobi or Noon or Stella in order to get top 3, and I know that as long as we play strong, we can beat them. But anyways, this is Coop, signing off. Happy gaming.